I'm a realtor with John Rea Realty in Monroe, Louisiana, and today I'm with Dr. Mike Walker at his home. He and his wife Linda are selling their beautiful Bayou home, and just want to see a little bit about how they've enjoyed their home and how they've used their home. I know you've been here a while. Did you raise your family here, Mike?
Yeah, we did, Barbara. We moved here when, my youngest daughter was about 3 and my son was about 7 or 8. And they're all grown and have their own children now.
And grandchildren?
And grandchildren. So when they heard we were going to sell the house, they're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But just me and my wife, it's a lot of house.
It is a lot of house. Well, tell me some of the things the kids like to do at their house when they come to visit now.
Well, they like this patio area and certainly the swimming pool and then the bayou and then all the activities that you have available on the bayou. And just being out here and having family get-togethers. It's so nice to have the water and the trees and the kind of landscape we have to enjoy.
And your landscaping is just beautiful, and it's really not a high maintenance. You have a lot of things that come back every year.
Yeah, we've as I got older, I wanted to do less in the yard, so I've planted hossa and things like that, azaleas that don't require a lot of care. And kept the beds pretty well maintained with bark, so they don't require a lot of weeding. No, when it gets green and it starts flowering, it's a showplace.
It is a showplace indeed. It is. Now, I know that just recently you used your home for something that was a little unique.
Yeah, I had a friend. He called us up, wanted to know if he could use our home to make a movie. Rodney Ray made a movie here called Flag of Our Father. And in the movie, John Snyder from the Dukes of Hazzard show, and William Devane, which has been in a lot of movies, they came in. And they used some of the inside of the house, but the main scenery was a birthday party right here on the patio. And so it's kind of a neat thing to look at the movie and see our house, right there. The movie's been on national television. So it's kind of a neat thing to have had a movie. I wouldn't do it again. It was a lot of work. And we had, I don't know how many hundreds of people here when it was going on, filming and such as that. But it was fun the first time.
Right. And I know that you and Linda would get in the kitchen and you would cook for them. But the great thing about your house is you have enough space to do something like that. Even though you had a big crew, that you could get in there and fix a big meal, and you have so many places that you can serve a
that was one reason they wanted our house, because they did have a large area inside for some of the scenery inside to get all the equipment and the movie cameras and the lights. It was just so much to it. And then out here on the patio the same way, and then the landscape from the pool and that for the party, the scenery aspect. It was beautiful. But yeah, I love to cook. My wife does too, and so we have a large functional kitchen.
Right, you do.
And so a lot of people that were helping make the movie were from out of town, so I wanted to show them a little southern hospitality. So I was baking bread for them, early in the morning.
Wonderful. I've had it.
Sweet rolls and things like that. So they were a little surprised because they had a caterer come in and do their meals and things like that at lunch. But to come in the morning and they're like, what is that smell? In fact, they were filming over here in the den, and I was baking bread. And the stars, John Snyder and William Devane, they're like, we had a hard time getting through. We were smelling the bread like, okay, let's get through with this so we could go eat the bread. So it was kind of funny.
Well, I know you've used your home for lots of entertaining. It's always a place that you just feel very welcome. And it's a beautiful home. And I know that the people that buy your home will enjoy it as much as you have. Tell me a little bit about some of the materials that you used. I know you gathered materials from old homes.
Yeah, we've always liked antiques, and of course the house is full of those sort of things. But when we built the house, there used to be a company that was in Monroe, and they would salvage things from old homes. So the oak wood floors, the transoms above our doorways, even the molding was copied, but the transoms and the wood floors were actually taken out of an old home that was tore down close to the Civic Center. There's some beams in our den. The cypress beams are actually the under foundation of that home. And then we were going to use the molding, but they couldn't get enough of it, so we actually had Sawyer's Mill in West Monroe at the time copy that molding. It's a real unique cutting and everything, and reproduce the wood molding so we could use it in the house. So it is kind of unique. Some of the items that were taken from a home that was built in the early 1900s and salvaged and then put back to use here that has a history where it was in someone else's home, and you'd love to know the story there, but it's in my home, to relate that story and transfer it on. It's pretty neat.
It is neat. It is neat. And if you're interested in this beautiful home, just call Barbara Thomas at John Rea Realty. It's a home that's raised a family, and they've enjoyed many, many functions here, not just family, but friends, and also a movie. So if this house is one that you're interested in, call us today at John Rea Realty. Thank you.